We're back. We're here. It's fine. We're sorted. Brightness up. You don't need the brightness up for this. I'm telling you that right now. We'll do a little bit of building. We'll do some spelunky. Graphics up. This is as good as it gets. Stop being facetious, guys. Otherwise, we're not going to do anything. So, the first time we did a load of stuff on the interior. We don't need to worry about that. Last time, we began work on the exterior. My eyes, it burns. Smoother? Good. So we did some work on the outside. We've built up the walls a little bit so it's nice and textured. Y'all are bullies. We got some of the roof in. We've got these little windows set up on the roof as well. A really cool looking chimney in my opinion as well. And overall, it's really, really coming together. Very much so. How's the crocodile pit coming? Crocodile pit hasn't been started yet, but don't worry. There's still time. There's time for that. Don't you worry. This is hardly professional. Okay, so. I think what I said is we'd put ourselves a little back garden here. So maybe that's what we should work on today, is a kind of back garden that sort of stretches maybe from this side here and then just kind of goes all the way around over to the other side over there, I think. And then we've got the dungeon that we can work on as well, because I haven't started doing anything down there yet either. So, I need a good wall. I think we're going to use Old Faithful right here. Something like this. Jay's lurking. Thank you very much for the lurk, my friend. This really isn't the song I thought it was, but it'll do. I did change the title of the stream. It should now be Medal of Honor broke, so here's something else. Because at the time we were deciding what to play. Yeah, it should sort itself out if you refresh. You know what? No. I'm not liking the wall. I'm not liking the idea of the wall. We'll need to figure something else out for that, I think. So, instead of that, what do you have in a garden? Throw some things at me. Let's try and build them. Thank you very much. Let's try and build some things that exist in a garden. A pond. Fantastic start. That's a great suggestion. A pond is actually very much inside of my wheelhouse as well. I like me a good pond. So I can definitely get us a beautiful looking pond. Something like that. Swing set, flower beds, trees, shed, barbecue. Keep hold of those. Keep hold of those. Once I've got the pond in place, we'll need to remember some of them. There we go. So, gatherings. Oh, wait. So we get ourselves the sea lantern. A little bit of light in there first and foremost. You, of course, need water. Any successful pond has water. They'll tell you that. And we want to get it so that everything is just flat. We don't want any running water. Bojo has entered the chat. Alright. So now, you want to get your bone meal and put... Oh wait, I've still got some flowing water here. Don't need that. There we go. You get yourself some bone meal. Grow yourself some underwater plants just here. You get the kelp, because that exists as its own thing. Somewhere. Seagrass we don't need. Sea pickles. We can get some sea pickles. Get some kelp down there. Grow that up to about there. I'm going to break some of these away. Get some pickles down as well. There we go. Little bit of life in the pond. And we get some fish as well. Let's stick with the tropical fish. We get ourselves... Oh, yes. Oh, look at these little beauties. Let's just get... You know what? Let's have 5. Let's have 5 fish. Why not? Oh, look at them. Love me some fish. So, that's more or less all that you need for a basic pond. However, we're not basic. So we need to improve this a little bit. And most of this comes from what you do around the pond. And first things first is you've got to get yourself an acacia tree. Because they grow... Oh. Didn't want it to grow that way though. But they grow with an overhang. So we can get one of those to hang over the pond. Tick speed needs to go up. What is it? Random tick speed and 3000. Boop. Thank you. Default I think is 3. It is now. A nice water feature. We could do with a water feature. What I have learned in my experience is that you've either got to have a water feature or fish. Because the fish will swim up the water feature. That's still not right. That's still in the wrong direction. The fish will swim up the water feature and then they will die. So we can have a separate water feature. Oh, he grew without my intervention. But you're still not growing in the correct direction for me. Oh, of course they're growing instantaneously because I put the tick speed up. The rate at which the game updates itself. Can you get rid of all these leaves, please? This is why I put the tick speed up, so I haven't got to do this by hand. Maybe we pop the tree over here instead. Oh, that's better. That's better. I can take that. I can tolerate that. So, what I am thinking is some vines hanging down. Once they start growing. Why don't I just leave this at a high level? Yeah, we'll get some vines going down. I'm going to put a little bit of bush just underneath here. So that it doesn't look so flat. There you go, something a little bit like that. There we go, we get some more vines going right there as well. Chef's kiss. Gotta have a bit of bush. Lovely bit of bush. So as these grow, turn the tick speed down a bit now. Let's do the old trick. Let's get ourselves some string. Then we can put some string, oops, underneath the vines, and that will stop them from growing any further. Okay, fine, whatever. There you go. So those will just stay there like that. Fantastic. Next up, got to do some work around the edge of the pond. We start off with the bone meal just to create some of the grass and some flowers right there. And that's actually kind of okay, but we can do better than that ourselves. First important bit is, of course, the sugarcane. You've got to get yourself plenty of sugarcane right the way around the around the pond just here. And again, you can put some string on top to stop them growing any higher. See, look how much better that looks already. What a beautiful little pond. But we're not done yet. No, we are not. Get yourself some bamboo, of course. Bamboo is one of the best plants. Once you get it past this stage, you can kind of grow it to there. Again, bit of string on top stops it growing any further. Going to pop some down here, and we're going to grow this one just a little bit taller. This one's stretching all the way up. That can stay right there. But wait, there's more. Exactly. Always, always more to see and do. And you get one of them on there like that. Ah, oh, I love it. Here's one I made earlier. If only. I have been tempted to load up this world and just do like some odds and ends off camera, but that's not in the spirit of this. You know, we're kind of. This is a stream effort, a nice little community build, for lack of a better way of putting it, I guess. Everyone's having a little bit of input, so I've neglected to do any off camera, which I think is for the best. What I think we could do, just to try and make this tree a bit more than what it is maybe put some additional logs around the bottom here. So it looks like it has some roots and actually sort of grows out a little bit. Do you know what? Maybe even one underwater as well. Something like that, I think. A few more leaves on top. So I remember I said this last time, the trees in this game are just too blocky, which is a very unusual complaint for this game. But they're too blocky, and now this just looks far too wide. It's got to do a little bit of pruning. If bushes are important, keeping them pruned is even more important. Something like that, maybe. That feels kind of okay. And I've got a couple more plants here. We've got the ferns that we can put just to give it a bit more of a bit more variation. There they go. Great bush indeed. I think maybe just a little bit of coarse dirt down here as well, just because it's a slightly different texture. It should just help out a little bit. Okay, I think that maybe does it for the pond. Unless anyone has anything that they think we should add. I think the pond itself is more or less done. I think we can probably trim away a bit of this grass and some of the flowers. Because as much as we want the greenery in here, it is a little bit busy right now around here. And we don't want to look like we're not keeping our garden in tip-top condition. This is definitely something you should strive to do. Got to keep your garden in tip-top condition. With the help of careful pruning. There we go. So we cut the grass in a little bit. And I think that sorts out our pond. Good. I'm happy with that as a pond. Nearly happy with that as a pond. Just a few more bits. Maybe a couple of lily pads. Just like that. There we go. I'm a lurk while I make dinner. Not a problem, Rach. Thank you for the lurk. Fantastic. Okay. So what else did we have on the list of garden bits and bobs? Swing set, flower beds, trees, pond, a shed. I like the idea of a shed. Mostly because that feels like an easy thing to build. You know me, I like to build with wood. So let's go for a garden shed. I'm just trying to think what my dad's shed looks like. And I think, although it's a texture pack, we're going to use the jungle wood for its greeny look. I think the greeny look right there is a good shed. Make it out of dirt. Like, I think that's a great shed colour. Now, sheds are generally quite long and narrow. So I think that... may need to just come out one more, I think. So we'll come out two more. Okay, that's going to be the shed's outline, I think. Let's just get this built up first of all. We'll worry about all the details in a moment. Now, a shed door. Where's the shed door? I think it's got to be the... it's got to be the spruce door right there, I think. Spruce door right there is a very good shed door. It's probably the best shed door there is, actually. And I think maybe let's try something different for the roof here. Because I don't just want to rebuild a smaller version of the roof we already have. So, we're going to create a more... or sorry, a less pitched roof, I think. By using slabs. Wait, is it less pitched if it's shallower? Something like that, maybe? Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, that's not sold me 100% right now. Let's draw it out and see if it actually comes to anything. Too wide? I think maybe we do need a steeper roof. I think this one does just need to be steeper. Oh, hang on a sec though. Maybe we could make something work by having like two roofs. If that makes sense. So maybe yeah. Hang on a minute. I think, don't worry guys, I think he's cracked it. So maybe what we will do is have the roof itself going up here, but we'll have this bit in front so that it kind of has a little bit of shape coming out of the front and just looks a little bit different. So to be something like that, maybe. And then can I get the jungle slabs? Can I put them underneath here? No, I cannot, because we've got the other slab right there. God damn it. Foiled at every turn. There we go. That is better. Something like that, maybe. This is some fancy shed to have a roof like this. This isn't quite what most sheds look like, I don't think. I don't know, there's still something that doesn't quite sit right with me about this. Maybe it's the colour. I'm going to try and make this darker. Maybe that will reveal something to us. Building in this game is like a science, and it's much like science, it's one I'm not very good at. It's a lot of trial and error and just kind of hoping that stuff comes together and it sticks. Something like that. A wild ash has invaded the chat. Seraphim Kim, good to see you this evening. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope everything's alright for you. Hope your day's gone well. Or if it's still unfolding. I hope your day continues to go well if it is already. So many possibilities. Very hyper. Too many energy drinks. Oof. How many and what kind are we talking? Oh, hang on. Has he stumbled upon the solution right here? Maybe. Is the answer to that. Okay, those just have to be full blocks, we'll have to do it. 5 full monsters and 1 relentless? Oh my god! That is quite a few. That is quite a few. It takes me back. A loved monster. I'm not sold on this. I think it's all got to come down. Maybe not the actual building, but the roof just isn't winning for me right now. I think it was always the green flavor monster that I would go for. The yellow one just never really sat right with me. There's always green. I'm wondering if I'm just sort of trying to be too complicated about this and we should just suck it up and do another roof similar to that building there. I think maybe that's what we should do. We should just do that and then work with it in a minute and see what we can figure out. It's a garden shed, you know. This doesn't have to be the Sistine Chapel. We just gotta make it work somehow. So have you got much planned with your abundance of hyperactive energy, Seraphim? I thought that's what the chapel was. Man's got bad jokes and all. You are in very, very good company on the bad joke front. That's the entirety of the TackProductions brand, is awful jokes, bad puns, humorous comments that make you sigh with disappointment. We even have our dedicated Scyther emote for such occasions. For when the exasperation is just too much, only a grimacing Scyther will do. And there he is, in all his glory. You just imagine the noise. Playing Minecraft with a buddy when he's free. Ah, cool. That's exactly what we're doing. Our original stream plan went completely out of the window because it's a very old game and it doesn't work. So we now find ourselves here enjoying some chill EDM. Just building away. Just working on all sorts of houses, really. Your spirit animal. That's why we got him. Scyther's my favourite Pokemon, and I feel like that's the look everybody pulls whenever I tell a joke. So it was a match made in heaven. It really was. Let's go along here. I don't know where we're going now with this. Okay, the log on top can't be there. That's what's causing that to go wrong. Let's just slab over the top. You know what? That'll do. Like I say, this is a garden shed. It hasn't got to look outstanding. Just a reminder, this is a shed, not a holiday home. Yes, it is a shed. Let's turn it into a shed. First off, let's start with the floor. What are shed floors made from? Wood, generally, right? I feel like there's something else we could do. We could do something probably a bit better than just a wooden floor. What else you got? Like concrete, good idea. Like sawdust, that kind of stuff, right? So maybe if we look at the grey concrete powder, or so yeah, the light grey. Does that sit with the concrete itself? Maybe as an accent, it does. So if we put the concrete in as the standard floor, I like the idea of a concrete floor. Let's do it. So if we go with the concrete straight away, and then we'll use the powder as just like a little accent here and there. And then maybe some gravel as well? Just to kind of marry the colours a little bit. Maybe something like that. What we do need in here is some light, and we are going to revolve to our trusty lantern. And just for craziness' sake, because why not? Where's the middle? About here? Can I hang it from there? I can hang it from there. There we go. Because why not? I like it. That's cool. So now, that looks great. I'm glad you like it. I'm going to take all of the spruce again for the ceiling, and we're going to do... I don't think we've done any inside the actual house. In terms of the ceiling. The ceiling is all quite flat in here. Did I do that on purpose? Okay, well, we'll need to think about that. But yeah, I haven't actually done any of this inside the actual house yet. All the ceilings in the house are quite flat, except for maybe this bit here. But we're going to try and do a little bit more of this sort of stuff. Because It's something I only really learnt about relatively recently, but you can make the ceilings of places look better if you just change the depth around them, rather than sticking to just flatness all the time. A little bit of variation in the ceiling. Okay, we can't get rid of that. A little bit of variation in the shape of the ceiling helps the room kind of come to life a little bit more. It's not really an exacting science, this. We're just kind of putting blocks down sort of randomly. Oh, this music feels very Sim-ish. I like it. I'm wondering if maybe I should put logs around here so there's a break in the ceiling. I think that might be good. That might be a wise idea. We'll come on to that in a second, I think. There we go. See, already the room, I think, just looks a lot better with this variated shape in the ceiling. It's probably not what a shed would look like necessarily, but I like it. Does that go down here? Possibly. We're using a lot of spruce and spruce products in this one, which is acceptable, I think. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But it does mean, because we've also got a load on the house there as well, it does mean we'll probably need to think of something else. I don't really like this. No. I think I preferred it as the jungle. But the problem is that... I don't know, is it too much of a problem that the jungle wood kind of stretches up past the spruce ceiling? And then we have this sort of look right here? Is that a problem? I don't reckon it is, looking at it. And I think once we get some furniture in here, actually maybe it probably won't be that much of an issue anyway. Don't think so. No, I agree. So I think for our sheds, we should probably have the window right here, looking out towards the pond. And as with sheds, it's obviously going to be a dirty window. Ugh, can't see through that. Now we need, obviously, a crafting table right there, a jukebox. I think that could be quite a nice little circular saw top. Maybe combined with a note block as well, so it... Oh, is it? I want it to... Oh, okay. Well, then the circular saw will have to go on this side here instead. There you go, so you can kind of run it along here. Obviously, the saw is retracted. Connected textures should be a given. Where are they? Seeing as how Nay wants them, can have connected textures. There you go. One solid window. Apart from the box, when I'm selecting the block. But the thing, has that messed up all of my bookshelves? That's what I'm after now. That hasn't messed up the bookshelves, that's cool. You don't get the connected textures when we've used different colours, though. Sorry. You'll have to live with that. There we go. So maybe we've got that right there. I mean, there is the actual grindstone for a circular saw, so maybe we're just trying to be too clever with this, and we should just use the grindstone. Or the stone cutter, sorry, whichever. That's the grindstone up there. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. So maybe we just pop that there. It's not at the ideal height for grinding materials, but it'll do. And I think you probably want the polished andesite either side here, and I think you could even put some sand down there so it looks like sawdust. I think that's a nice little feature. And then we've got a few of these in the main house, but we are going to have more of them here. Use your trapdoors for shelves. Use the chains to hold them up. These aren't silver ones though, these are just iron. Give me a full block, please. There's a full spruce block, there it is. Sigh. Oh no wait, that's Psyduck, isn't it? Get yourselves a couple of barrels right there. And then underneath, oak table. Now we won't be able to get anything on this table because the trapdoors are taking up space. Maybe a carpet. Can I put a carpet on there? Can't do the carpet. Then that'll just have to exist as it is. That's fine. No problems there. I can live with that. It's probably important to have some additional light when working... Oh, that's a slab I just put there. Some additional light when working with the circular saw. Very dangerous. Should be very careful. Where's the crafting table? There it is. I knew it was about here somewhere. So get your crafting table. One of my favorite decorations is the flower pot with a little bit of bamboo in it. You just pop that on top right there. Beautiful. And I think we'll put an extra window right there. Like a kind of dusty grey, I think. So that the plant gets a little bit of light. Now, is there something usable as like a tool rack? Maybe a ladder, actually. Ladders, that could work as a tool rack, I reckon. No direct sunlight though, it'll die. There we go. Yeah, that could work as a tool rack. I like that. Just put those there. Yeah. I reckon so. What else? What else have you got in a shed that we could try and recreate right here? Yee, says Nay. Oh, you've obviously got spider webs in a shed. That goes without saying. There we go. They stay right there, of course. Tons of plant pots, soil, tools, and a ladder. Okay. We could probably fit some soil in. Let's get some of that together. Oh, of course, the farmland's not going to work because there's no water nearby. That's okay, though. Have a great rest of the stream. Off to play Borderlands. Enjoy the Borderlands. Have fun. Thank you very much for the bits as well. Good luck. I hope you win. There we go. Just a little bit of soil in the corner right there. We can make do with that. Yeah. Can I get a mushroom? Oh, we can get a mushroom there as well. Yeah, this is going to be a real grotty shed. What else have we got at our disposal right here? Actually, the brown mushroom block might be a nice little addition for the soil here. There you go. We'll do that. Anything else I can work with? Some scaffold, maybe? Oh, we need a picture. There definitely needs to be a painting. And there needs to be a whimsical sign as well. You know the ones I mean. Let's look up. I've just realised, has my camera been on that screen? I am on. I'm just in the wrong corner. That's fine, because I thought we were playing Medal of Honor today. A shed sign with one of those whimsical manly quotes. You know the ones I mean. Shed signs. Here we go. I want some witty ones, not ones that say The Lodge or John's Man Shed. Oh yeah, things like this one. What happens in the shed stays in the shed. Tool rules. Do not move them, touch them, borrow them, or look at them. I like what happens in the shed stays in the shed. You know the kinds of signs I mean? You like ones that say, we're drinking gin and tonic in the garden. To you it may only be a shed, but to me it's a sanctuary. That's it, that's the one. That's the one. Okay, I need a place for it. Do we put it on the outside? I don't know that we put it on the outside. I think maybe we put it in here somewhere. Maybe just like right here as you come in. Sawdust is man glitter. And here it is. Oh. Can we... Where's the loom? Everybody knows I like a loom as an empty bookshelf. So can I... What's it like on this side? It's the same. Okay, so maybe... Can I... put these here, just as like an empty shelf, and then we put the sign on here that says there we are. To you it may be a shed, but to me, it's a sanctuary. That's great. And then maybe just like a door there so that it kind of looks like chest of drawers. Maybe we've got to go for a solid one there. There you go. Something like that. That looks really good, actually. I think maybe forgetting this about it being a bookshelf, maybe we just make this the structure right here. We just have that little trapdoor structure. We keep that right there. I reckon so. And then I think this is going to have to be the last little detail, just because we are kind of running out of space. Gonna get one more plant pot. But it's gonna be empty. Something like that. And I think this is our shed, pretty much. I think this is a really nice little shed. Got a little bit of storage. We've got some place to cut some wood. A tool rack. Place to look out of the window. We're growing a plant. I've got some empty pot plants. Sheds aren't tidy. Let's put these empty pot plants all over the floor here. Yeah, there you go. Ready to be potted at a later date. Exactly, and we've got soil to put in there. We have got to tend to the mushroom, but never mind that. Cobwebs, shelving. I think this is a great shed. I think the shed is finished. Apart from the outside, we now need to try and tidy up the outside a bit. And make that look a bit better. Now it looks like my shed. Cool. So, now for the outside. The bit I wasn't really looking forward to. Maybe we carry on with the spruce right here. How does this sound? Maybe we can create some sort of covered area right here. If I can find a way to make it fit in. I'm not sure that I can make it fit. I like the idea of that. We need to get... I think we can do something like that. I'm not sure how to totally implement that just yet, but we'll think on it, because I think a little covered area just out the front here. Hydration break. We're on orange juice this evening. Thank you, Jay. Because I have now finished all of my fizzy drinks, and I have zero intention of buying more fizzy drinks. Cutting down on sugar, aspartame, and chemicals. Healthy living, in theory. Healthy-ish living. So, how to create a little bit of cover right here. Does that work? I don't know that it does. There's like a little veranda. I don't think that fits too well. Maybe it does, actually. I don't think that looks awful. But I'm not sure about the look overall. I'm willing to leave it for the time being. I don't hate it. Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at the moment. It's a case of... I don't hate how it looks. Which kind of... I also feel like says that there's room for improvement. So I don't know. Oh, exciting news. Okay, I was messing around on my electric drum kit earlier, and I found like all of the weird custom voices you can give the drums, like weird sound effects and stuff like that. And I found a setting that basically allows me to make Nintendo music. And music for games like Animal Crossing and stuff like that. It's so good. It's like I think it's the vibraphone or something like that. But it just sounds so whimsical and Nintendo. I've simply got to find a way to be able to get it to record into the computer so that I can show you it, because it's so whimsical. I must have spent about 10 minutes just making up random tunes that sound vaguely Nintendo-ish. Do we have the lantern, or do we go for fluorescent lights? I think the lantern's best, but yeah. I'm gonna stick with the lantern. Don't worry, ignore me. I've already decided on that one. This is a big blank wall right here. Again, it's just a shed, so I don't think we need to obsess over too many details for this. So I think for this, we can almost afford to get away with just literally changing the shape a bit of the outsides. Trellis and vines? Ooh. Yes. I can't place ladders on stairs though, can I? No. Okay. That's workable though. We can definitely do that. So you have a bit of trellis. And you have some vines. A little bit of trellis. And then some more vines. Just like that. And flower beds as well. Maybe... I think maybe we should alternate this. I don't know if I want to go that heavy on the vines and trellis. I think that's acceptable. I think that will also stop the vines from growing out to the sides as well. So I think that'll see us quite nicely there. There we go. That'll do. And then some flower beds right here. Flower beds are relatively easy, I think. Gonna go for some podzol as well. Mix some podzol in, some grass, some bit of dirt. You've got to go for your border, which of course is going to be the chocolate trapdoors. There we are. Right, so they stay like that. And then, makes me wish it was spring so I can get back out into the real garden. Hopefully not too much... Well, I say hopefully not too much longer. That's just become such a default response to anything now. It's going to be a while, but... Dead bush! Forgot about the dead bush! There you go. Sorry about that diversion, but it was very much necessary. There are a couple of little flower beds right there. And there... Oh, I reckon what we could have around the back here is like a sort of log chopping area for our wood fireplace that we have. So we have like a little log chopping area just around the back here. And then that will obscure enough of the back that it doesn't matter that we haven't done too much to the wall right here. Mason donated $1.99. Or did he type that he donated $1.99? Normally I get an alert for a donation. If it's a legit donation, thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. If it isn't, oh, I think you may have had me. I had so many plans that I needed other adults for, and lockdown scuppered them all. A really old set of stepladders from 1940s that were going to turn into a feature. That's the kind of upcycling idea. Like, it's a very crude way of doing it, but when you see people have like repurposed their toilets into plant holders and that kind of thing. It's what I wish I was kind of good at, but alas not. Not I. A little troll. Nice try. Thank you for dropping by anyway, my friend. Have a good day. I will. Thank you so very much. Have a good day yourself. Now, this is the obligatory decorative technique. Everyone and their mother does this one. Where you put the rails over the top to bind the logs down. Everybody knows that one. There we are. Obviously, log's a bit short. Don't necessarily need to worry about it. Yeah, fine. That's okay. We don't need all the logs. Maybe actually let's get a. You've got to bind the logs. You have to bind the logs. This is as close to a round object as you get in Minecraft. You've got to stop them rolling away. So maybe we'll go for a different color. Right there as well. I think that's all right. And then what we need is, of course, another grindstone. Obviously, the grindstone, stone cutter, sorry. Obviously, the stone cutter inside is for small bits of wood. And I've just had another idea. Because I forget that this block exists in the game, and yet it is so useful. It's the Beehive. Which actually may look better here than the looms. And I think it does. So I'm just going to swap those out because it means that we don't need to worry about all the trapdoors so much. There we go. Yes. Perfect. Is there not the other one as well? That's the Beehive. Where's the bee? Oh, the bee. Oh yeah, the bee's nest. We don't need to worry about. Yeah. We don't need to worry about that. Cool. So I'm just trying to think if we need a canopy over the logs, because you can't set fire to wet logs. Everybody knows that. So maybe we do need some sort of canopy. And I think on this occasion, maybe we'll use some stone for the roof. There's a lot of wood in this area, quite concentrated. So let's go for some grey. I don't know where anything is in the creative menu, apparently. So this is just going to be a cheap and cheerful roof, nothing too outrageous. And I mean that this time. We're not going to be spending ages on a roof for a building where it don't matter. I think part of the problem, I feel like I've learned like one or two things. I think part of the problem with the roof on the main building is that it's all stairs. Yes, we've changed the colour up a little bit, and it looks a little bit better from a distance now, which is great. But I think maybe we should have used slabs every now and then as well, just to change it up a bit more. And we may find ourselves doing the same right here. As long as it's watertight, it's fine. Do you know what? It might be a little bit short, but that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Oh, yes. Glad that worked out. Yes, give me some of that. And then follow that up with the same blocks, but in block form. Yes. It's quite bad, but I think that roof looks better than the wooden one on top of the main house. And just a couple of bits of moss. Very, very good. Okay. Now, I want a wood cutting bit. And we should obviously be being very safe about this, so I'm almost thinking we need to set up some kind of redstone. Another contribution to the 12-hour marathon. Thank you very, very much. We'll be there in no time. So... here is what I'm thinking. Because this doesn't have to just be a solely creative building world. You know, we can have fun with a bit of redstone here and there too. Why not? So here's what I'm thinking is maybe when we turn the device on, we have it so, like, for instance, you could push the block here, the log here, and the piston pushes it over. Saw blade goes up and cuts it in half and retracts it. Something like that. And of course you have to have your activation light as well, so that you know it's on. So when you flick the lever... oh, how does one make a comparator clock? I can't remember. Did I see the new Pokemon Snap trailer? No, I did not. There's a new Pokemon Snap trailer? Exciting. Oh. How do I make a redstone clock? Do you know what? Actually, let's just... You're asking the wrong person. It looks amazing. Oh, I'm sure it does. This is the problem with trying to do redstone, though, is that doing it live, no bueno. So I think maybe what we need is for this to then... so that will just push a block out. I mean, I'm definitely making this more complicated than I need to. So... does this work? Does this work? No. It does not. Well, that's fine. Then I can do... okay, no, never mind this idea. We'll be here for ages. Maybe what we just have instead is a place to put the log and then you pull the lever. Or you push the button instead and it... yes, let's do it that way. It'd be infinitely quicker to do it that way. So that will just go up and down like that. If you put the block, the log, up against the wall, for instance, and then you can press the button, and it cuts it up. Obviously, that's not how it works. This is only pretend, but that's what we're going to roll with. And to keep things in the tradition, let's use the sandstone right here, because then that looks like a pile of sawdust. In a way. If you squint a little bit. And then give me the sand again. I said give me the sand again. There we are. There we are. So that will just sit there like that. I have never played Pokemon Snap either. I always get them confused. I always get Pokemon Snap and Let's Go Pikachu. Is it Let's Go Pikachu? No, Hey You Pikachu, confused. The one where you've got the microphone and you need to scream at Pikachu to make him do stuff. I always get those ones confused. And then Pokemon Snap is the one where you take pictures of the Pokemon, I believe. I think what we will do is, once we've gotten this in place, we will then move on and do a little bit of Spelunky. See if we can fathom that one out. None of that will be seen, so we can just keep that nice and tidied. And then I just need a few slabs for the top. Then we will call it a good, I think. I like that as an actual structure. Never mind with the woodcutting bit in there. I like that as just a general structure. I'm gonna lower the redstone by 1 though. And yes, because the problem is you can see through. So just put that there. Oops, I broke the button. That'll do. And lastly, get the lantern on there. There we go. Oh, it's a bit fat at the back. Maybe actually I will get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, I like this as just an actual small little structure. Never mind anything else. Beautiful. Alright, that ain't bad. That ain't bad for an hour-ish work. what we should probably do is just get like a little sort of pathway thing set up as well. So I'm just going to pop some of these down for the time being. There they are. We'll get those. Rachel's unlurked. Thank you very much. Welcome back. How was/is dinner? What have you got? / did you have? Oh, we could get some podzol just at the foot of the tree right here. Because this isn't going to see light too much. It's going to be covered up by the leaves and stuff, so we can pop some podzol down there. That fits the bill quite nicely. And then an occasional blob of gravel in the path as well. Not too much on the gravel. The gravel really is just like a small little accent for the path. And just a little bit of unkept grass on the path as well. And there we go. I think that is gonna do us for now. Eating now, garlic parmesan chicken with rice and roast broccoli and peppers. My goodness me, that sounds delicious. Oh, for those following as well, I didn't actually buy the stuff to make Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington. I'm going to do that another time. But yeah, that's going to do it. It's so much detail. It's the little things in this game that really... Unsubbed. It's the little things in this game that really do just kind of make it pop every now and then. And you do have to put in a little bit of extra effort just on occasional details, just to bring it to life a little bit. Or I find that I do anyway. Because generally my buildings aren't the best looking, I have to go all out on like the small details and stuff. So I would argue the building itself, not too great. However, the detail on the interior, for instance, and sort of the variation in the blocks and stuff, and where you have the pond here and all that, that's where I feel like I'm good at the game. Is all those little details, whereas my building is not wonderful. It does the job, that's about it. But anyway, that is gonna wrap up the Minecraft creative building segment of the stream. Zoom. Impromptu, but relaxing, chilled. Always good fun. I've always enjoy it.